So here we are guys, first ride on the Vogue Rally 300, and first thing I've noticed when I've started it up, I noticed yesterday when I got it back, you can see it's got, I'll try and look down here so you can see 1 kilometre on the clock. So it's done nothing, it's not actually had a run anywhere. So I brought it back here on a trailer, 1 kilometre on the clock, and I was surprised to see a fuel gauge, because all the videos I've seen on the 300 Rally, whether it's an older version or not, I don't know, but all the ones I've seen have not got a fuel gauge, and it was showing empty and the fuel gauge light was flashing. Anyway, filled it up, and I'm quite happy to see there's a fuel gauge on the right hand side, showing full there now, full 4 bars. And yeah, I'm quite happy about that, because a lot of people have said there was no fuel gauge and you had to just wait for the fuel warning light. So very first ride guys, I'm in first gear. It's quite high up as previously said, but a lot of people have said I'm going to get used to it fairly quickly, so we'll see. So here we go. Well, first thing to notice guys, very light to ride. Quite a nice riding position, although I've only gone 50 metres. So I'll close my visor. It's a stunning day here in southern Spain. Currently got 22-23 degrees as we head into late autumn, and I'm quite aware that I've got to run this bike in, but we'll do our best and we'll see what it's like. Test the brakes. People have said the brakes, the front brake is a bit spongy. Mind you, bearing in mind these are brand new pads, no 1 kilometre on these, so there's no wearing. I'm going to take it a bit steady on the tyres as well. Brand new tyres, no scrubbing, they're the standard tyres that come with the Vogue Rally 300. And yeah guys, I got an amazing deal on this particular bike. Here in Spain they had a Black Friday deal on the Vogue 300 Rally, and the price to buy the bike in the showroom was 4,480. Just to adjust these wing mirrors. 4,480 was the price to buy the bike, and they had a €600 discount if you bought it during the 1 week up to the 7th of December. So there's still time guys. I mean, you'd have to get in fairly quickly if you live in Spain and slap a deposit down, but I got a €600 discount, so I got the bike for 3,870 I believe. So yeah, cracking price guys. So on the road just a smidge over €4,000, which equates in sterling to about 3,400 in sterling, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, real good buy. Like I say, I'm taking it steady. I've noticed the clutch is very light. The clutch lever is not in the best position for me, so I might have to fiddle around and lift that a little bit. These particular adventure boots I've got on don't fit too well under it. The suspension damping, very good. This is a really rough road. Normally when I'm coming along here it's terribly bumpy, and you can hear it in my voice. So first impressions for the very first couple of kilometres, I'm trying to keep the speed down, quite conscious. Someone said, I think it was Nathan the postman, said on his channel with the one he bought after his initial loan bike from MotoGP, I think he was told that the first 500 mile, or it might have been kilometres, I don't know, but certainly the initial part of the running had to be no more than 30 mile an hour or even less. Well, 30 mile an hour, what's that? It's probably about 40-45 kilometres an hour, and I'm in 6th gear and I'm doing 63 now, so, and I'm only bobbling, it's 2,500 revs. So yeah, no, 3.5, tell a lie. Yeah, quite a commanding position. Very comfortable seat. It's not too uncomfortable for this type of bike. It's much more less imposing than I thought it would be. When I picked it up yesterday evening, by the time we got back to our place it was dark and I was getting off the trailer, and although it's only a 300cc, it did feel a huge bike to get off the trailer with its stance, its height and everything. And when you sat on it, it is quite imposing. It doesn't feel like you sat on a 300cc bike at all. Very narrow, your legs are in a good position on the tank. Floor height wise, I'll tell you when I next pull up and stop whether I have to do a bit of a scuttle to get across, and we're going to turn down this road here, so gently go down the gears. Rear brake has got some feel to it. Front brake is a bit spongy. Using them together seems okay. I'll just pull up here and go down the gears, and I'll use the brake to stop, the rear brake, and I'll get a foot down. Oh yeah, no problem at all. On the left hand side I'm flat footed. The bike's almost vertical. I was probably aware that the suspension would sag a bit, but I mean, you've only got, it's not that high, to be honest guys. I know it's 920, but the weight of the bike, if you cant it over either side just maybe an inch or two off centre, off vertical, you're totally flat footed. I'm sat in the saddle now. I don't know if you can see from this camera, but my right foot is off the ground about 4 inches, but my left foot is flat on the ground. So I've got one foot flat on the ground, and the other foot I can just tiptoe the ground on the other side. So yeah, the weight of the bike, it's probably not going to be a problem, as long as I can stop and get one foot down quite easily, which I can. And I would imagine the suspension is going to sag a bit. So yeah, pulls away nice in first gear, very low geared. I've heard that before, it's just a crawler gear, and of course I'm aware that I've not got to rev it out at the moment, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm crawling along like a granny on an electric scooter. But that said, I'm going to take it easy the first few 100 kilometres and just get to know the bike and enjoy the bike. Now this particular track I'm going along, it's a track that goes around the back of a small mountain ridge, and the end part of the track is a mixture of road and off-road. So I just wanted to get an initial feel, bearing in mind we're still scrubbing these tyres in, an initial feel of how the bike feels. And you can see guys, I've chose the yellow and the grey version. So yeah, initial impressions, I'm really liking this guys. It's nice, it's very relaxing, and this is what I wanted the bike for. I wanted to get off and have a bit of an adventure where the Vogue was a bit too weighty to do that. I can do it on the Vogue, and I've been up on a lot of mountain tracks, but what I found myself doing on the Vogue 900 DSX on the mountain tracks is looking at little side routes up into the forest, where I was thinking, you know, I'd really love to get up there and try that, and of course it's just not worth it on the weight of the Vogue. My Vogue with the cases on and everything, basic weight is about 255, so you've got the base weight of 240, and then on top of the 240 base weight I've got 15 kg of baggage on there. Now this is the section which is semi-paved, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay seated just to see how the back end reacts on the first part. Bearing in mind I'm not caning it down this track, but I know certain parts of this track where if you're seated the back end will twitch and step out a little bit on most bikes. So I'm just seeing what these tyres are basically like. Very fluid over the bumps, the tree roots, very nice sensation. So what I'll do a bit later on in this video, I don't know how much I'll keep waffling on while I'm riding, but obviously you guys can see some of this stunning scenery. Yeah, I think I'm going to be very happy with this, to be honest. I think in the past, in hindsight, when I had my DRZ 400 and it was the Enduro version, that was very similar to this, similar seat height. I had a race can on it. It was a quick bike up to say 110, 120 kph. But the caveat with that was the same as when I got the Royal Enfield 500 Classic. It just wasn't a bike I could go anywhere on a longer journey, say a motorway or anything like that. But over the years, since 2016, you know from my previous videos, I've got a lot of other bikes now, and I just try standing on the pegs. And I've standing on the pegs, the handlebars seem a little low for me. They would be better with bar risers on, to be honest, and I think that's going to be the first thing on my list. I've got quite short arms and short legs, although I'm 5'10", and I have to get to the bars. I'm really bending and squatting down. If I put my knees straight up, I suppose the position is more akin to off-road. You're putting the weight over the front wheel, but I've got my feet on the pegs now, 5'10". My hands are on the bars and they're vertical straight down, and I'm in a forward-leaning position. That's not to say that's a bad thing, but for the type of riding I do, I'd like to be a bit further back and a bit more upright on my arms. 11 kilometers from you I've done now. Like I say, I'm not taking over about 5,000 revs, which is one of the worst parts, as you guys know, about running any bike in. So I'm not going to experience any vibrations at the moment at this lower speed, but from what I can tell you, up to 4,500 revs, 5,000 just under, nothing through the bars, nothing through the seats, nothing through the pegs rather, but a slight buzz through the seat on my backside. So yeah, I think the vibrations through the seat. So yeah, stunning guys. Thing with Lonsin, and I don't know how this collaboration works, so there's all sorts of talk on this engine. The engine apparently is the same as the Kawasaki 300 KLR, and I've no doubt that it is. I know that Kawasaki did have a collaboration a long time ago with Lonsin. Whether that continues, I don't know, but I would imagine this engine's made by Lonsin, and as with other engines, I don't know whether it's a Lonsin designed engine or it was a Kawasaki designed engine. What I will say on this guy is the torque is amazing. I'm forgetting to change down, and that corner I went around there in 5th, and it actually went around without bobbling. It was fine. So guys, here we are parked up. Let's have a walk around. So guys, like I said, stunning late autumn day here in Spain. Very warm. You can hear all the crickets singing away down in the valley there. And quick walk around the bike. So yeah, first impressions. A lot easier to ride than I thought it would be, height-wise that is. I mean, I was a bit daunted by the 920 C-Type, and a lot of people had said on Facebook forums that it was, once you got used to it and you engaged with a bike and you got accustomed to riding off-road, etc., and it wasn't too bad. And to be honest, it isn't. When you get on something a bit technical, if you've got a big rut and you need to get your foot down and you're on a camber, maybe so, but general riding, road riding, and even off-roading like this little bit I've just come down this lane down the back there, it's pretty good. And I suppose as you get used to any bike handle, there's no weight in it whatsoever. What I will say is that when you're riding on the road, it's not as planted as an heavier bike. So the DSX 900 is very planted. It turns into the bends very nicely. This, when you're turning it in and you're throwing it around the bends, you can feel it's not as stable. I'm not saying it doesn't turn in okay or anything like that. It's just that if you're used to a weightier bike, you'll notice the turn in is a bit not as planted and not as grounded as a bigger, heavier bike. But yeah, I'm really impressed. You know, there's a lot of things I thought that were little bugbears that I wouldn't like, and I'm not actually finding anything that's too not likeable. It's the build quality and everything looks superb on it. The front brake has been mentioned on a lot of videos, is a bit squishy. They do pull you up if you use them together, no problem. It pulls up quite sharp. Bearing in mind they're not bedded in yet, like the tyres are not bedded in as well. We'll have a quick look around the other side. It's actually covered in water splashes from the ride home. Like I was saying before earlier in the video, I'm quite surprised it's got a fuel gauge. All the videos I've seen, the riders have said it doesn't have a fuel gauge and it just has a low fuel warning. So yeah, I like the colour of the engine block. It's like a bronze colour on the side casings. Yeah, so it's not, the build quality is great, to be honest. There doesn't look anything that looks overly plasticky, overly tinny. The indicators, even compared to my Vogue 900, the indicate button is stuck well out. There's a really nice feel to it. I mean, you can hear the click on, off, left, right. Why they couldn't have done this on the Vogue 900, I don't know. I mean, even with gloves, there's plenty of purchase either side on that. Click and it's centre, click, centre and off. So yeah, the switch gear and everything on it, guys, looks fine. It's fairly basic. You've got a passing light, you've got your light, low and high beam. You've got a kill switch to the other side and a start button. And that's about it, guys. It's your basic, have fun, get on a route and ride it bike. I think it's going to be a welcome addition to the stable. So guys, I'm going to carry on with my ride. I'm going to carry on another 10 or 15 kilometres up to the castle in Theatha. Again, I'm going to be toodling along and putting a few kilometres on it, getting to grips with how it feels, and I'll put this video together and get it up to you guys so you can see. So I'm really enjoying it so far, so I love you and leave you, and give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me some of your views. If you own this bike, comment in the comments below anything I should be looking out for. I'm quite aware of the bearings and being dry on some of these bikes, and if there's any way of greasing them without taking the swing arm off and everything, let me know. I can't see any grease nipples at the moment on the bike, but there may be a way of putting a lighter grease that will permeate through the particular joints and junctions, but you guys can let me know on that one anyway. So peace out guys, catch you in the next one.